School, eh?
Yeah, school, man.
Wow, what a place.
Everyone had to do it. Everyone's got stories about it, and nobody took anything away from it.
Did you not take anything away? Not even like a couple of pens or?
No, people
paper?
took from me actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did they take from you?
I don't know why this is coming back so vividly, but there was one time where like in 6th grade, I had like a binder and like a bunch of pencils fell out of my binder, and this kid just took a few, and he gave me a few back, but I knew he had a few extra. It still kind of bugs me. It's like
I think it really hurts your ego when kids steal from you in school.
It hurts my ego when they steal from me now. Arguably more so.
Well, if somebody steals from you now, you can just like punch them. You know, when you can't do it because then you get a detention and stuff.
Oh yeah, I gotta call my mom to punch him.
Yeah.
Mom!
But if you're an adult, someone steals from you, you can just punch him, and then everybody's like, "Why did you punch him? He stole from me."
I wish
All
that was
right.
no, but nowadays they have this thing where it's like if you fight back or something like that, like you are also gonna get suspended because you incited violence. It's like, oh, okay, I'll just get punched in the face. So like,
Yeah,
that
I
never
guess-
makes sense to me. It's like,
I guess that's the idea. They're trying to get kids to like, just be pacifists in school. Don't fight at all. Because there's, in some level of age, there is a bit of truth to that where it takes two to tango,
100%. Oh, I think if anything, like I think a lot. This is why I love hockey so much. I think a lot of society's problems can be solved with like a 2-minute brawl. You know what I mean? Like that's the difference. That's a big difference between. You know what I mean? You and me fight right now. Like all of our problems are sorted for the next year. You know what I mean? That's the thing I like about the big difference between hurling and hockey that I've seen is like in hurling, for instance, they'll like sometimes testosterone gets high. They'll get like in each other's face. You know what? This is what I'm gonna do. This is what they get in each other like as if they're going to tell you.
I
what
love
to
it
do.
when they hit each other with the sticks
in hockey.
In hockey, that's great.
But dude, I prefer it when they hit each other with their fists. Like
Oh,
they just
yeah.
switch to a different sport. Like that's the thing. In hurling, they're always just kind of like, "Oh man, that's it. You know what I'm gonna do? I do 1, 2, 3." In hockey, they give you 2 minutes. It's like, show us what you do. Fucking just throw it down.
Did you get into any fights in school?
Few, yeah. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, I only got into one, but I'll save that now because you're bad boy over here. So tell me about all the violent skirmishes.
Well, there's a few there. Well, what was it? Number one, I'll go through the ages. So when I was in like preschool, I watched Matrix way too quick.
Yeah.
So I would just come at people. I would come at other kids with like Neo energy. I'd just be like, what the fuck? And I just do whatever I saw in the Matrix. I was like, I can do that. I see Keanu Reeves do a spinning 1080 somersault kick. It's like,
James,
I can do that.
What if someone punches you? Simply, I'll just dodge.
I'll just bend a spoon.
I'll dodge. I'll bend a spoon.
And have sex with Trinity. It's very simple.
I just downloaded the whole of Kung Fu.
Literally, I thought that's how it worked. I thought I just watched him. If I watched Matrix enough times, I could download martial arts into my brain to the point where like I would always be like fighting and shit like that when the fight scenes are on. My parents would have to tell me like, listen, if you're gonna be weird, at least wait for the fight scenes. Like they're just talking right now. Stop being like, why are you doing this? So there's that. Then there's like a few fights. I fought with my sister a whole lot. She used to beat the shit out of me.
Yeah, that doesn't count.
Yeah. But we're going through fights here.
No, sibling fights don't count. You can't include those.
Fair enough. That's just Christmas. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're right.
that's
That doesn't
ridiculous.
count. That's just the
That's
Lord's
normal,
day.
Yeah.
Let's see. Then there was what was it? One time when I was 12, there was one time where like me and my friend were like kind of like just kind of like roughhouse, and this other kid stepped in because he thought like it was just too intense. So he comes at me. So we just sort of squared up and like we were just like kind of like it was like a weird 12-year-old sort of fight.
Why are you roughhousing? And why do you use the word roughhousing?
Because I don't know, like because jiu-jitsu was new, MMA was there, and everyone's like, I could do an arm bar. So we were like trying.
What age were you? Was this at
12,
school?
I was 12. Yeah.
It was at school.
Yeah, that's
It was
it.
during your lunch break.
It was in the locker room between PE, physical fitness, and whatnot.
So you and your buddy were like, you want to go to roughhouse a little bit.
Yeah, we were squaring each
Do
other
a bit
up.
of roughhousing.
But then another guy thought that it was like real, so he steps in, he starts coming at me, and then we start fucking doing it. Everyone piles around. It's like, oh shit!
Sound like you were such a moron in school.
Oh, I'm a moron now. I don't hide that. Like, bro, like I'm laying it bare.
buddy, you want to go outside and fight each other? Hell yeah!
That's it. So that one, it turned into nothing. It was just like a headlock. It was like that weird sport, sort of like we both got each other in a headlock sort of thing. We broke off.
Yeah.
We're like, what's up? Well, then everyone
That's
broke away.
hilarious. I love that.
Yeah, nothing crazy, but like
No, nothing crazy. Just a bit of roughhousing.
yeah, more or less. Yeah.
Yeah.
That house was rough.
That was a rough house.
And then when UFC first started coming out, me and my friends would do like backyard MMA, where
Yeah.
we just go to this hotel that had this fucking grass clearing. I had gloves, and we just fight. We just have like rounds and stuff like that. We did it like So that was like, organized. That wasn't like a brutal fight or whatever. That was basically it. That's my fighting career. I think I ended up, what was it, 3 wins, 1 draw, and I lost 972 times to my sister. So
Yeah.
which doesn't count, thankfully.
That doesn't count, no.
Yeah.
That's more fights than I thought that was. You kind of explained one.
I tell you, man, you're playing with fire over here, buddy. You keep running your mouth, man. I'll 2 minutes for instigating, man.
I was scared of you.
You're not.
I was scared of you.
I didn't even. For the record, I didn't even flinch.
You didn't flinch. I flinched more than you.
You flinched more than me.
I had to make you flinch, and I flinched.
If anything, that psyched you out, man.
Yeah. That was like the immovable object versus a very weak force.
That was like the no. That was just the normal object and the fucking pussy. Sorry, I think you're a very nice pussy. You're a very delightful one.
There's nothing like a normal object and a nice pussy. Anyways, let's move on.
How would you know? Sorry, carry on. Sorry. No, but what about you, man? What was your fight?
It's a funny story actually. I want to turn this into a bit at some point because I think it's so funny. There was a guy in my school. He's like the religious kid, every class is like the religious kid. He liked the Bible. He liked Jesus. And his parents were kind of dickish. They were like very strict and everything. So he was like a poor kid. He had it hard enough, but he also would flip the switch like this. Like someone would have a bit of a tense argument with him and he'd start fighting them. He's the only person I ever got in a fight with because I remember it was in PE class. The class was about like martial arts or something, or intro to martial arts or something. And I told him, oh yeah, fucking I know karate. My dad is a karate trainer. And then he just like instantly went, you don't know karate? And then we fought.
Like a hair trigger.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. It's one of my funniest. All I remember is him in front of me and me going, I know karate. You don't know karate. Yes, I do.
The thing is, though, as weird as that is kind of like young me. So I do empathize him to a degree. I was just kind of like, really? You think you're the one? I'm the one. Yeah, all right, fair enough. So what ended up happening? Was it just kind of like square off?
We were fucking flinging weak slaps at each other, and then the teacher stepped in and was like, stop this, you idiots.
Was he like, whoa, he does know karate? He's like feeling like a red palm strike, like, whoa.
I think I'd call that a good old draw, to be honest.
Yeah, a lot of fights at that age. Cause like, how old were you?
I was like fucking 12 or 13, 14. I don't know, somewhere in those three.
Yeah, those ones is like, yeah, you're too young or too small to actually do any damage.
Yeah, the other fights I had weren't physical. They were more like, emotional.
There were battles of the mind.
There were more battles of the mind, really.
Battles of the spirit.
They were all more political intrigues.
Oh, you do that way too much. Politics is for people who can't fight. I feel good about saying that.
Yeah, that's all right. Someone has to order you to the front lines.
I'll drag you there with me. You're what we like to call cannon fodder.
No. I don't even know. I'd probably die before the war ever starts.
Yeah, of a cold.
I'd start the war, and then as soon as you start losing at the front lines, I shoot myself.
That's not unless I shoot you first. Just like we gotta get rid of this weak link here. I like that. I like his gun. Now I have 2 guns.
That's what Germans do. We always.
They sound like great guys, man.
Yeah. I had one really big beef with a guy who were talking about school beefs. I had one beef with a kid who was my best friend in school for a while, and he ended up stealing like video games from me, and I didn't know for a while. And then when I found out, it broke my heart.
Yeah,
I was
those
so
be fighting.
upset. Nowadays I think it's funny, but as a child I was like, he took Pokemon Sapphire from me, that fucker.
That's fair. That's completely fair. Like that beef has to be had. You don't fuck with video games like that.
Dude, I was so annoyed, man, because the entire time we were friends, I would bring like games over to his house to show him so we could play together. I'd be like, look, this like, oh, I got Yu-Gi-Oh for the DS. How sick is this? He'd be like, oh my god, it's so cool. And then 2 weeks later, the game would go missing, and I'd be like, where the fuck is it?
And then he'd just be like, yo, dude, go look what I got. I got Yu-Gi-Oh for the DS. You're like, hey, hang on, what?
I think he even pulled that one once. I think he even like a few weeks later came out being like, oh yeah, I got that game now. And I didn't notice. I didn't click on until my mother had a suspicion, and she pulled this like Sherlock Holmes fucking type trap where she put the newest Pokemon game, Pokemon Emerald at the time. She put it on. Oh no, it might have been Diamond. She put it on our dresser in our entrance hall. Right, just put it in plain sight. And then he came over for a play date, and the game vanished, you know.
Mm.
And then when he was trying to leave, she was like, "Oh, sorry, can you just stay until we find this game? Could you just help us look for this?"
Mm-hmm.
And like 10 minutes later, he was like, "Oh,
It was on the ground.
oh,
it
it turns out it was on the dresser the entire time. I just found it."
Yeah.
And my mother was like, "No, you didn't. No, you absolutely did not, you little piece of shit."
She called him out.
Yeah. She was super angry at him.
Oh, your mom's sick. Yeah. I fucking love that shit. Just like, oh my god, just if she's not even invested in video games, just don't you fuck with my baby.
Yeah, well, she wasn't, she was a German mother, so he was like, "I found it on the desk," and she's like, "No, you did not.
You
that
stole
does not
it?"
make any sense. I just checked the desk earlier. There was nothing on there, and now you had it in your pocket. So you're a thief."
So just so to the point.
Yeah, she really called his dad, and his dad is a police officer, so he got yeah, he got not a nice welcome home. It was pretty savage.
Good to fair chance he got like corporal punishment by the sounds. Good old German schmacker.
His dad's a cop. He just shot him.
Has to be done. We're talking about Pokemon Diamond here. I mean, like if it wasn't him, it was going to be me. Just out of respect. Like, what's his name again? I'll go find him. Like, you don't fuck with that.
Did you have any beefs? Any long-running beefs with kids?
Well, there's one friend. You said something like that. This happened with Yu-Gi-Oh cards actually. Where
that's a bad one. Seeing you cards another one that gets emotional, man.
100%. So this one happened where like this guy like he was my friend's friend, so he wasn't my direct friend, but like we were playing Yu-Gi-Oh. And like I was going through like phases of Yu-Gi-Oh, and then like there's one time where like I had like I don't know a few cards or something like that. I don't know which ones, but they were good cards. And like he's like, "Oh, I actually am doing like a tournament coming up. Can I borrow these, whatever?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure. I want them back because like I don't care." I was like, "Yeah, you can use them for a bit." But it was like 6 months to a year before I ever saw them. I was like, "So am I ever getting those back?" So it was actually kind of cool. My friend, his name was Tommy, and he what we did is when that friend wasn't home because he just lived right down the road from him. We just had like a covert operation. He's like, he went knocked on the door, went to his mom, and was just like, "Hey, yeah, Carlos," that was the fucking asshole's name. He was like, "Hey, Carlos said I could pop into it." She's like, "Yeah, absolutely." We had like a covert mission where we went in and fucking just like look for it and everything like that. We just got the fuck out of there.
I like how as kids you think it's a covert mission.
Oh, because at the time it was.
You're just going up to the mom and be like, "Here's a few of my toys," and the mom's like, "Yeah, sure."
It felt legit. It felt legit though. Like it kind of felt like one of us had to talk to the mom to kind of like distract the guard or something like that. We goes in, but like we were just searching high low. Like in hindsight, it was completely fine, but it felt like deep cover, like Jason Bourne, espionage sort of shit.
Yeah.
And again, we're talking about Yu-Gi-Oh here, so it's like that's not a lot. Like again, I'd play with someone today if they just out of respect. You know, there's some things you just don't do.
It is.
You don't have to activate my trap card. What is it? Fucking punch.
It is pretty wild because you watch when you're like a kid, you watch like all the shows on TV, and then you get the cards and you're so excited. And then in the shows, they always like if someone in the show steals a card or is a cheater, you know, they're like, "You'll get killed for this," you know. "We will have you shot by firing squad," and you watch that as a child and you're like, cheating in Yu-Gi-Oh is the worst thing you could possibly do. That's the worst crime.
Yeah, and you're just kind of thinking like, "Listen, I don't want to have to do this, Carlos, but according to the show, I now have to guillotine you.
Yeah, I have to kill you.
I don't want to you saw episode 42? Like it has to be done. I'm so sorry. You fucked it.
I don't think I had a Yu-Gi-Oh related beef, but I was the best kid at Yu-Gi-Oh in my school, so
damn.
Suck it.
I can't even joke about that. That's just sick.
You had three wins and one draw, dude. I had like fucking 200 wins and like one loss, man. I was awesome.
Who got you?
There was one kid. His parents were really rich. And I had a
he Seto Kaibo'd you.
Yeah, I had a well-built deck because I used to do tournaments. Then he went and he got his parents to buy really expensive cards. And he came and he beat me, and I was so annoyed. I don't think I ever played again.
Oh man, he 1%'d you. Oh, that's so disrespectful, man. Fair enough, man.
Oh, that was a wild time, dude.
Fuck yeah. So let's tell you what. Let's reel it back from card games and beefs.
We're getting distracted.
We're talking about school,
which is easy enough to do, you know. But
oh yeah, no, you got. But
what about other beefs? Do you have any other beefs? Any beefs with teachers?
Beefs with teachers. Nothing crazy, no, because I was like a quiet kid. Like my when I was in school a lot, like I was either quiet or funny because essentially I didn't want to open up to people. So,
what happened?
Just in general, like I was just like I don't know, like I didn't. It was always weird because I was a Canadian who was like in Florida.
Yeah.
And then I don't know, I just didn't come into myself until like later on in life. So like if I remember very distinctly, like I used to be quiet, and then one of the first times I ever started riffing actually was when two friends were just like. Two of my friends that turned into friends were like, "So what's your deal?" And I just started just shit talking for like 45 minutes. They look at me for like 30 seconds. They're like, this kid's funny. And then I was just in. And I
what
was like,
happened?
I don't know. Like,
No, like to you, what happened to the James from back then?
I don't know. I just didn't necessarily want attention or something like that. Or if I did, I wanted to be on my terms. Like I never wanted to, like, I don't know. I think from a young age.
So you just decided to give up being funny.
From that age, yeah. Well, I came around to that though. No, I came around into it. Like when I was like older, I came into myself.
You're being such an asshole. I'm so sorry.
I mean,
I want to stop beef right now.
bro, like I will fucking drop you immediately. And then the only reason I don't is because then I'll have to carry this podcast like normal for the rest of the show. And it's just like, shit, no, I'll let you chime in.
No, okay, fair enough. I get it. I can play sidekick to your great comebacks to what's your deal?
What's up with that?
American school sounds so wild, man. I can't believe kids just walk up. What's your deal, man?
Yeah.
What's your deal?
Oh, 100%. Well, because, man.
Hey, what are you looking at, man?
Oh, I think especially in Florida, because Florida is so like cliquey. Like I was like pale and skinny, and everyone there was like tan, and like I just remember just getting like roasted for that alone, just being like, look at that, you fucking Edward Cullen looking motherfucker, and everything like that.
German school would be more like, please stop looking at me.
So I would have done. It sounds like you would have done well in Florida school. Yeah. I would have done good in German school then, by the sounds of that.
People wouldn't really like come up and talk to people they don't know. Like that wouldn't happen. You'd have like the 3-4 friends you know, and you'd never venture out of your friend group.
Oh man, no, there was like cliques in Florida. It was a bit of a hodgepodge though, because it was like it kind of was an American
school, you know?
It was an American sort of experience. Like there were the jocks, there were the popular kids over there. There was like the drama kids, and I was floating in between. It was cool. The friend group I ended up with, we were kind of like our own sort of thing. That was with my friend Josh, actually. He was like the rich kid. So like we just started having our own sessions, which made us like our kind of own cool element. But that didn't happen until I was like 16 or 17. Like up until then, I was just kind of like floating around, just like, I don't know. I never really cared much for school. I was just like, fuck, I'm here. I'm here because I'm too old. I'm too young to say no.
I was the same. I think we talked about this before, of just kind of like, you got to see out of me.
Yeah, exactly.
That's good enough. You know, I'm not really interested in staying up all night to get a really good grade.
Oh, I fell asleep I fell asleep all the time in school. I just didn't want anything to do with it.
It's you know what? When you get older, you kind of realize, like, yeah, that was all right actually. Like you still get into college and uni, even if you don't have a shit grades, if you don't have like fucking terrible grades, you still get in. And then you just do well in your degree you actually care about it, and you're fine.
I think everyone just kind of realizes in college, we're jumping around a lot, but it's fine. But like, I think it's like in college when everyone realizes like, oh, I don't have to fucking hate people all the time. That's cool.
Wait, what? I'm paying for this.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my gosh.
Shit, how much is this again? Fuck. I never cared about business marketing, but I give a fuck now. I started doing my research, watching Mad Men, you know, just watching the YouTube ads and just learning what this whole thing was about. But I got a question for you, man. Yeah. Did you have any fucking corny young childhood sort of like crushes or emotions?
They do have a story. It's a sad story though. I had a crush on a girl in school. It was the first and only ever crush I had in Germany. And I remember I started lucid dreaming at this time, which I still do very often now. I have like very vivid dreams, and I remember having this one dream where I just like I was going to sleep, and I was texting her. I was telling her about my feelings, and she was like, "Oh yeah, I feel the same." And we went like on a whole date, and we kissed, and it was like a beautiful romantic moment. And then I woke up.
Oh no!
And I rushed to my phone to check my phone. I didn't see any texts, and I was like, "This is
horrible." Those are the worst. Those hyper real dreams that are what you're going through right now. You're like, "Oh fuck, no way."
Yeah. I'm glad that never happened, because I never expressed my feelings, and I think it was the right thing to do.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I was
the German way.
16. I had no idea how to go.
You just bottle up all your emotions, and then one day you die.
That's it.
That's a good way to go. That's better than what I did. I have this.
I think she's lesbian now or something anyway, so it's probably because of me.
Yeah, you pushed her over the edge. Yeah, that's it. You pushed her.
I never told her, but maybe she was like, I can feel it in the air.
I don't know.
I'm not gonna deal with men.
Yeah, she was just kind of like, whatever this is, no.
No. See, she had an equal dream. She had the exact same dream. Imagine that, but at the end of her dream, she became lesbian.
Yeah, she woke up. So wait, you had the same dream, but you woke up with very different reactions. You woke up, oh my god, I have a girlfriend. She's like, oh god, I have a fucking boyfriend. Ew. Oh no. No bueno, no bueno. Oh god, I'm gonna break up with him now. She's not even together or something like that.
That was my weird crush. And one time I said I made a girl sad. Because I was like 14. We were in school, and you know what like cliquey girls in school can be like. They like get in their head that someone has a crush on somebody, and they're like in class they start making comments, you know, and they're like, oh my god, she wants to sit next to him.
Yeah.
Oh my god, stop looking at him.
God forbid you pass a note around. That's like the talk of the town and
that
everything.
Sort of stuff. And I remember one of them said to the teacher, I forgot exactly what she said, but she said something about me and this other girl, and I was like 14. I was really nervous. I thought girls were yucky, and so she was like, oh, she just keeps looking at dad, and then I went, oh my god, no, she's ugly. Like a fucking gay best friend.
Girl, no.
That bitch is ugly. Excuse me.
Those shoes with that top? Fucking mean
and she
girls.
was really embarrassed, and I still think of that and feel bad. I'm like,
how old were you with that?
Horrible. I was like 14.
Yeah. That's when you
horrible,
say. That's when
dude.
you say wild shit like that.
Yeah, it was horrible. I just didn't know how to deal with anything.
She's also lesbian now or something like that. Like you just keep on throwing these women.
Dude, I hope she has the hottest man in the world, so I didn't ruin her confidence.
Yeah, you bump into her again, and it's just like you meet the husband, and then he's just like, "This is my wife." You do it again. You're just like, "Oh, girl, she's ugly." That's your wife.
He's disgusting.
You meet him indirectly. It's like, "This is the mother of my children." Really, she ugly. Those babies are ugly.
It is my first one. Oh my god, she looks like shit.
I had that too because I had an older my sister, and she was a proper mean girl. So I got that as well. I got the little
Moira.
thing. Yeah, Moira.
Oh,
Yeah.
I would have thought that.
Oh, there's one time one of my ultimate. I think I learned this put down because of my sister. There's one time we were at this thing called Halloween Horror Nights. It's at Orlando, Florida, Universal Orlando, where like they turned the whole place into like a haunted Halloween sort of thing with a bunch of haunted houses. We were in line for one of them, and then this girl came up with another guy or something like that behind us, and she was like 16.
Dude, you have such an American childhood. You go into haunted houses with fucking dates and shit.
Yeah.
Wild.
Over here. Oh no, I was with my friends. I was with a whole group of friends.
Still,
but then
that would never happen over here. Like.
Yeah, I don't know. But this girl come up and like she just started talking at us about how wealthy she was. Yeah. She's just kind of like, I literally crashed a BMW, and then my dad got me a Lexus the other day. And I was like, literally, how expensive is that shirt? It's like absolutely terrible. Oh my god, like I used that to like watch my floor. Just kidding. I used
to the gulag.
Oh no, I got her. Oh, I put her there.
Line her up against the wall and shoot her.
Oh bro, don't worry. I might as well have, because what happens, like she kept on being like, I literally crashed a BMW. My dad got me a Lexus the other day, and I was just like, which one of your stepfathers bought you that one?
Oh,
she shut the fuck up. It was a quiet line the rest of the time. Like my friends were like talking about the rest, and I was like, oh fuck.
Did you ever get advice about that from your parents, of when somebody is like bullying you or being annoying, of like how to shut them down?
No, and I think that's why I still kind of have an issue with it, because like my problem is like, if just, I still have this to this day where it's like I have a joke about it as well, but it's so true, where it's like, I don't know how to scale the responses.
Yeah.
Like I can't, it's hard for me to stay in the pocket of like just jovial, like, hey, you're a piece of shit. I know you too. I'm just like, nah, your mother's a fucking whore. Like, I just go way too big. And it's just like, wow, that's like, and I don't want to, so I have to check myself. So if I say something nasty like that, like you really have to annoy me, and I just have to be like, you know what? Let's torpedo this potential relationship.
My mother gave me good advice, which especially when your child worked really well. She was like, if anybody ever annoys you in school, or they're saying something mean to you, just say something extremely weird, and it'll completely take the wind out of their sails. And like, she was right.
That's good.
Like every time somebody would bully me or something, I'd just be like, I'd say something super weird that just throws them off, you know?
Yeah.
Like, your shirt is a sandwich. And then they're like,
that's good. Yeah,
what the fuck?
Well, because like,
what do I do now?
There's this good rule though, where it's just like, at least when it comes to bullies, it's like crazy beats big every time.
Yeah.
So you have a big bully, just act like a maniac, because crazy beats big. Say
something insane to them. They don't know they don't know how to compute. It was hilarious, dude. I used to, like, a couple of times, I'd literally just say something extremely like random, you know, like someone would be like, hey, give me your lunch money, and I would be like, have you noticed that our existence is futile and life is nothing but endless torture? And then they'd let me go.
See, I'd stay on topic. I'd be like, yeah, I agree with you, but I still want your lunch money.
I've never said that as a child.
I still want your lunch money.
I still want your lunch money.
Like, that doesn't change the fact that I want your money.
The money's like, yeah, life shit. That's why I need your fucking life.
Yeah, you think I'm asking for money because I'm happy to be here? No. All right, come correct.
I think the random things I said were more like just quoting random Pokemon or something. I think that's what random shit.
That would work with me because I'd be like, you say something like, if you quoted like Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh, I'd be like, all right, he's all right.
I mean, I'd just say random stuff. If any children are listening to this,
it's good advice. Like, sincerely, like, it's just good to like just sidestep the fun. And I think that's partially why I started doing the humor aspect.
Yeah.
Like, if I wanted to talk to people, like, I wanted to make sure it was based in humor, because like just funny, just like, and then because like they laugh and then they leave you alone.
That's the thing about comedians, though. I feel like a lot of comedians had to be funny at some point in their life, and that's why they end up doing this. You know?
Yeah.
Like,
absolutely.
I definitely had to be funny in school. I think you had to be funny.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because my thing though is like I have Crohn's, and like I was actually like 12-year-old.
Know?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
So sorry, man.
I know.
So sorry about your struggle.
It's an ongoing battle,
So
but
sorry,
thankfully
man.
I'm 3 for 2 against Crohn's. I'm 3 for 39 centimeters.
You're a victim.
It got 39 centimeters out of me. I'd say, all right, you got that one. No, but I was in and out of the hospital there, so I think that's why I didn't want to talk to kids, because I was like, I didn't want to address that.
Yeah.
So if they talk to me, I want to just make it humor and just talk it out. I started off as a mask, but now I just realized like there's a lot of cool things to come from making people laugh, so it's a lot more authentic part. But it started off me just not wanting to address it. And the thing is that I actually do have, this is kind of fucked up, but like, so for a while
lay it on me, man.
For the while there, I was the sick kid until this more popular kid, he got
sicker.
He got leukemia.
Oh,
I'm not gonna lie, there was a part of me like, this piece of shit stealing my thunder. Like, I'm the sick kid, and everyone liked him more. He was much more jovial about it. He had a good attitude, you know. He's like outdoorsy, he's friends with everyone. I was just like, you motherfucker.
You know where this is from? I can psychoanalyze you right now. It's because you were nervous about going to the hospital. You know, when I talk to people about it, you're like, I don't want to be hospital the kid, and this kid gets sicker than you, and he deals with it like a champ.
Amazingly,
and you're back there like,
literally, yeah. No, and like he made a full recovery, and I was just like, damn it,
pathetic like me.
No. So yeah, that was essentially it. He handled it properly. Yeah. I didn't, but it was like, I don't know. But you have to give yourself a break as well, because it's like, fuck, I was 12 at the time. How do I know? There's no rule book on to do that.
I mean, when you're a kid, you're always, shitty. That's how being a kid works.
Exactly. Yeah.
Did you have any school-wide dramas? Any big school-wide things?
Well, but the year before I went to my school, my sister, the whole school got to leave early because a kid brought a gun to school.
Classic. You did go to school in America.
Exactly, yeah. It was just in Florida. But the thing is, like, it was in a locker, so, nothing too sexy about that. it was just that.
But it wasn't just locker, so, not even a close call, really.
So I'll go through, like, some of the highlights, though. So that was a big one that the whole school kind of thought, like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
There was another one where when Obama got elected, they put it on the projector. And then we were all just like, we lost our fucking minds. Like, holy fuck! And then we were going through the hallway, and everyone was just chanting, Obama! Obama! Teachers are coming out, we're taking a test in there. And so like, we have a black president.
It's so funny.
Everyone. And it was a predominantly white school as well. So there's a bunch of like kids as white as me just be like, Obama! Obama!
They're like two blacks at the school are being carried.
Literally.
Else.
They were leading the charge. We put them up front. They were the best of us at that day and everything. We were just like, there you go. And then school-wide drama.
Just hundreds of whites. Hundreds of whites bowing down.
We lost our fucking minds on that one there. Obama could do no wrong.
That is so funny. That is so funny. I love how America's such a racist country that you try to overcorrect. Very hard.
Kinda, yeah. Oh man, and then what was that?
And then after like two years, everybody's like, Obama sucks. Actually, guess what? Doesn't matter what the ethnicity is. Politicians are evil.
Oh no, because this is really wild. Because we learned about drones, which should be a really cool thing. Yeah. But then we also learned about the damage they cause within like 2 minutes of each other. So I was like, oh, look at this cool piece of technology. They did what with it? Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. That's terrible, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Afterwards, like the next time we got elected, we still chanted, but it was like, Obama. We weren't as enthusiastic, like, Obama. Obama. All right. Yeah, he's there. You still got him.
The two black kids are like, we fucking told ya. You should have kept it. You should have kept your expectations slow.
All the black kids are like, we voted for Mitt Romney.
Yeah.
So- now,
they're like, don't trust the light skinned motherfucker.
like exactly. And then I wasn't there for this time, but I'd be curious to hear if something happened like when Trump got elected. Would they do like, is it just a chant thing?
Obama.
Donald Trump. Like, would they do that as well? Like, I don't know. I missed that. I wasn't around for that.
If they went around going Joe Biden, I don't know. That would be even sadder.
That'd be the only school in the world to do that if that was the case. So yeah, I wasn't around for that one, so I don't know how that went down. But fucking yeah, man, that was
Maybe he sniffed them all. That's why they liked him.
Someone just gave him cocaine. He woke up for a bit. Oh, whoa, what the fuck?
I have a similarly politically one, and also really fucked up.
Where you're like, America.
No. This is actually kind of fucked up. I don't know if I'll tell it. So in my school, I went to school in like 2000, in the 2000s, you know, and in Germany it was a really weird time because the young generation, that was like the South Park era, you know.
Oh,
so shit was.
I got something about South Park after.
Shit was like kind of really edgy. Everybody was really edgy, but we're also in Germany where there's like this big taboo of talking about like Nazi Germany and shit. And if you tell a bunch of like teenagers that that's a big taboo, that's immediately really funny.
That's exactly what they're gonna talk about.
Yeah,
don't talk about Nazi Germany. That's exactly
that was fun. That's like being an edgy teenager. That's whatever. I don't begrudge that. But something that was very, very wild is that they held there was this initiative to get children in Germany more politically active. You know, and they held this fake election in the school. Are you going on your phone while I'm telling a fucking story?
Just checking.
I'm
gonna go get it.
No, don't get it.
I need it.
They held this fake election, right? Where they were like, "How will the students vote?" And we see what happens. We get them more politically active. We have a debate about it and everything. The neo-Nazi party won with 87% of the votes because everybody was trolling.
That's fucked.
Everybody was like, "Oh, if we do this, it'll be a big drama." And then the head teacher of the school got everyone into the conference room and did like a whole speech about how Nazis are bad. Like people were like laughing like it was a comedy show, but it was fucking horrendous.
They're like 6 million people. Oh god. Oh no, but like. I think they wrote a book about that. Like like they might have done that. Book might have been inspired by your school because
no, that's The Wave that was written before any of that happened.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But The Wave is a bit different because The Wave is about actual Nazis taking over the school. This was like there was
trolling.
This was literally people being like, "Oh, if we do this, it'll be forbidden." And then South Park was out, and everybody was an edgy shit kid. And if someone tells you this is forbidden and this is bad, like 214-year-olds are going to go with that option. You know?
No, it's like, what did you think was going to happen? Actually, like, I'm not even
stupid.
I can't be mad at you guys at all. It's like, yeah, what else are they going to do?
Why did you have the Nazi party on the ballots?
Yeah, that you fucked up there. Like
any fake election. Why did you have them on there?
Any outside observer would just be like, "Oh no, you can't do that. You got to get that off." That's no. That's
there's like an actual Nazi somewhere in the planning, be like, "Oh, we gotta leave it on, man." No one will vote for it. Wink.
Oh no. Oh man, I think if there's like a few times we voted as well, like maybe some kids, like there'd be like 4 different options: Republican, Democrat, liberal, conservative, whatever. And then like some people would actually just like put in Nazi. So like I should click that off because like
I'm glad that
not that they're actually Nazis, but it's just kind of like, you know, they're going to go for it.
I'm glad that culture of being edgelords was in America as well.
No, it's just being a kid and
it
everything.
It was much
like
worse in Germany because it was like the country, but that's wild that even you guys had that in the.
I wonder if they have that in like Italy as well, to like Mussolini or something like that.
Were you interested in politics when you were a kid?
Nah, I didn't care. I still don't. I still like, cause like, I don't know. I just saw it as all the, well, really quickly, I want to go back to South Park because you touched on that. No. I got one funny thing about that. There's one time where it was like, I was 10 years old. I was in 5th grade.
Did you throw your phone again?
Farther?
Tell me about South Park. Tell me.
Because this is what happened though. I was 10 years old. I was in 5th grade, and everyone knew I was Canadian, but we were all friends. So I was like, "This is cool. Thanks so much, guys." Yeah, we're all vibing for like 6 months. And then one weekend, the South Park movie came out. the weekend after like Monday, out of nowhere, everyone just like, I didn't see the movie either, so everyone was just like, blame Canada, and I was just like, what did we do? Why is everyone so mean to me? It was like, oh my god, for a few years, I had to hear like, blame Canada, and then thankfully South Park came out with Kick a Ginger Jay, and that took the heat off us Canadians.
Boy.
So gingers out there, I appreciate you guys taking literally the hit out there, because for a few years they were just kind of like, blame Canada. I was like, you guys,
had like
we're so cool.
You had like a condensed version of like the Apu story, where like the kids of Indian immigrants got like called Apu and stuff in school. You had a condensed version. You get called Canadian when the South Park movie came out.
Terrence and Phillip. And I was like, do you want
Terrence and Phillip? Yeah, Terrence and Phillip.
No, I was 10 years old, and these kids were like, did you fuck your uncle? I go like, and I was just kind of like, are we saying fuck now? I didn't know that. When did we start saying fuck
your uncle?
Because that's a song. They're like, do you fuck your uncle? I go fuck.
That's so good.
I'm not your buddy, guy.
That's a really good one to get bullied with, though. To be fair, now.
Oh yeah, no. I will say it is, Uncle Fucker is tricky, but other than that, Canadian sort of racism, it's hard to pinpoint, because just like people being like aggressively polite to you. Look, I bet you're really sorry about that. I was like, I am, but why'd you say it like that? It's like, it's really hard to pinpoint where the problem is.
The Turkish kids in my school, they would not bully, but they would mock the German kids with a certain Family Guy joke. I don't know if you ever heard that one, where they're doing a tour in Germany. And the tour guide is like, so in the year 1946, the gentleman, he took residence in this mansion. And then Stewie's like, sorry, what happened in 1945? Everybody was on vacation!
Yeah.
And the Turkish kids in school would shout that at us all the time.
Oh, man.
Be like, are your grandparents on vacation?
Yeah. Oh man, that's wild.
Up the Turkish kids, man. I love those guys.
Jesus, man.
Yeah,
good
awesome.
X Factor. Good X Factor.
They were very funny, man. The German kids sometimes weren't super funny. The Turkish kids were fucking hilarious. They were teaching me Abada Koim, Sik Dalan. That's all like insults in Turkish.
Nice.
Yeah. It means fuck your family and the 200 generations before it, or something like that.
Oh, I like that touch.
Yeah,
the
good.
200. Yeah. The one I got is well, there's a bunch of like South American kids, so I learned like puta at a very young age.
Puta.
Yeah, I learned that, and then as soon as you learn it, don't say that. That's a bad word. That's all we're gonna say.
Puta, idiota, puta madre.
And then like
I like puta madre, so that's
puta madre. Yeah,
your mom's pussy.
Yeah.
that's a pretty nasty one.
Oh yeah, I learned that at 10 years old as well. Yeah. I would like they said like, hey, you fuck your uncle, at least your puta madre doesn't smell amazing. I was like that. That was my only retort, but they got me and everything.
Puta madre smells amazing. That's a compliment.
Yeah. Well, that's still, you don't want to hear that from a 10-year-old.
Yeah. Well, imagine if they would be like, thank you, it made me.
Then I would
That's where I came from.
Then I'd switch schools. I don't need to be associated with kids like that. That's wild. That is wild.
It'd be a good comeback, to be fair.
Yeah, you want my comeback? You just scrape up your mother's teeth.
I have another school-wide drama, because we'd never really moved off that topic. Is my school had a Wi-Fi network. They were like, because it was a rural school, it was in the countryside, but it was like a big school, because kids from like all over the county would go there, because it was one of the only big schools, right? So they had this Wi-Fi network, which was one of the first schools in my area to have a Wi-Fi network, and they didn't want to give kids the password, because the teachers were all like old people, and they were like, oh shit, if they find out our Wi-Fi, they can hack into our files, and then they're going to find out our bank information, and all this stuff. But someone found out that the Wi-Fi password was school 1.
All right, well, that's on you.
And then everybody in school got the password, so they changed it. And then 2 days later, someone found out that they changed it to school 2.
Oh, well, that's on the administration then. You guys, like, come on, you can't do that. Mix it up, library 4. Like, no one would guess that.
And then they didn't change it for a while because they didn't figure out everybody had it again. But then we lost the Wi-Fi. But they
took it away from you guys.
It was a
like, no more.
Chase. My friend, shout out Benno. He was like one of my best friends. He's like an IT wizard. He's like a hacker for the German military now.
Oh, sick.
And he literally made it his project. He was the one to first discover the password. He made it his project because they were like, if you hack our Wi-Fi, that's illegal because you can find out information. He was like challenge accepted, and he made it his mission to get into their Wi-Fi network.
I like to think in those early days of the internet, like the German military saw that and were like, this kid's good.
Dude,
this kid's going to go fast.
Dude, he had a USB stick. You know, on Windows XP, you had like the lock screen with the password. He had a USB stick. He would stick into a computer, and it would just get rid of the lock screen.
That's wild.
So he would like they would like leave him in the teacher's office unattended for a while, and he'd just be like locked into the headmaster's computer, and they're like, "What the fuck?"
That's amazing, man.
Yeah.
Well, I had one like not my friends, but my friend's dad was like in a group of like very like high IT sort of people, but they were just gamers as well. They're just like big kids, so they'd be like playing these games like just Call of Duty or something like that.
Yeah.
And my friend was telling me about this one story where he like the friend was like his dad was like playing with a bunch of friends and stuff like that, playing Call of Duty, and then he's just like gets a little notification, oh wait, one sec guys, someone's trying to hack me. So he just take a break from the game, reverse hack the guy that was trying to hack him, and had him swatted.
Yeah.
And he's like, sorry guys, that was weird, I'll get back to it. And it's like, Jesus Christ.
Swatting's kind of evil, man.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
Especially in America where they're like so trigger happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty evil. But
100%.
fair play to him, anyways.
I think it was in Germany, so they just used.
It was in Germany.
Yeah.
Fair play to him.
The hacker was in German, so I don't know what the German SWAT team are like.
Yeah.
I don't know, what do they use over there? Like like slingshots? I don't know.
So you didn't care about politics at all when you were young?
No, because
No.
like I think that's part of me just like being Canadian, Irish, and then living in Florida, where I was just kind of like, look, what do you want me to do? Juggle three types of politics?
I think our generation was like, I say our generation, a bit older than me, but like our crop of people were like not very engaged when they were young. It's different now. Like very
they're
young
very
kids
in tune,
now
yeah.
are extremely political.
The weird thing is when like Irish kids, and I'm talking like 14 to 16, tell me about Canadian politicians, like, you know more than I do. Like, how the fuck how would you want that?
I'm very proud of the Gen Z for that, but like, I think it's to do with stuff like South Park and the wave of edgy humor, where we're all dealing with it in a very negative way, but it did kind of put issues into like young people's heads that we didn't think of before. Like we all knew about Osama bin Laden and fucking why Al Qaeda exists and stuff like this. You know, just from watching the South Park episode and shit like this.
Literally,
so I think that kind of politicized younger people more and more. And now they're very political. I was canvassing for a party in Germany when I was like 15. I was very into it, yeah.
Jesus, man.
Yeah.
No, well,
just going to doors, be like, "Hello, have you voted?"
Oh, man, I would have punched you in the face. I'd be like, no, absolutely not.
Annoying.
Oh god, I hate that. No. Well, like for me, the thing I always found is like, I don't know, maybe the more you travel, it gets a bit different. But for the most part, I just always saw it as the same shit somewhere else. You know what I mean? Where it's like, oh, this is your crazy politician. Oh,
Yeah.
you guys also have a housing issue. And it's like, all right.
That's the removed view if you don't really engage with it. What I find fascinating is like kids in schools now, like young kids, are like so into the details of politics. It's crazy.
No.
Like,
I had a weird one where, again, I was 10 and I was in Florida. And Florida is a red state, very Republican. And the weird thing that threw me off, and I think this, yeah, no kidding, Trump's favorite spot, say no more.
Run the sanctimonious.
Yeah. Rhonda with his heels.
Little Rhonda.
Little Rhonda. That's what he'd call him, with the heels.
Yeah.
But the thing that got me was like when we were 10 years old, this one kid, he started telling me how, I think it was Kerry. I can't remember his name. Something Kerry. That was like the other politician. And you could tell it was just his parents' indoctrination. He was just copying and pasting what his parents said. And I just remember the whole thing creeped me out, and I was just like, whatever this is, no, I don't. Yeah, this is weird. I don't like that.
That's weird. I had that when I was very young as well, because I only believe what my parents believe.
Which makes sense. If you're that young, you don't have to. You're not gonna come up with your own shit. But
And
it was still weird you pushing on people.
I remember when it shattered, because I used to tell everybody that my mother was best friends with the German chancellor. And then somebody was like, "No, she's not. That's bullshit." I was like, "I guess it is." And then reality set in.
Oh, see, we all kind of as soon as someone calls you out once, you're like,
my mother would
you're
give me
right.
bullshit answers. I'd be like, "Where are you going?" And she'd be like, "Oh yeah, I'm going to hang out with the German chancellor." And I just take it as a matter of fact.
Yeah, when my mom gets back from hanging out with Sansa, you guys are going to be done.
Yeah, when she's done chatting with Merkel.
Well, I lied and told him that my family was. I didn't lie actually, because it's kind of true. I was just like, oh yeah, my mom comes from a rich Irish family, and then they were just kind of like, whoa, your mom is like Irish royalty? Yeah, she's a princess of Ireland.
Royalty.
They didn't know. They had no idea. They didn't know. I was just like, look at the picture of this house. It was clearly 2 stories. How big is it? It's 5 stories.
Let me tell you about this, kids. The Irish, they just love royalty, man. They're big into monarchs and princesses, aren't they?
They didn't know. They're going to fact check me. They're like, yeah, that checks out. You guys don't have democracy yet. So yeah, of course you have kings and queens. Oh my God. Let me tell you though, like, cause my mom is like pure Irish, and like all my friends knew that. And, let me tell you, when my friends found out about the potato famine, they almost died of laughter.
Yeah.
They're like, potatoes! goes, oh my god. I'm just like, it's a real problem, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh my god.
Well, it's not anymore. Don't say it like it's a real problem.
I was like,
It's
well,
not
I was like, it
going
was a
on
real
right
problem.
now.
I was like, all right. I was like, say that to my mom. I was like, no, you do it. And I was like, I'm not fucking saying that to my mom.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Did you not know a lot about Ireland when you lived there? Because you knew you had Irish heritage.
I visited
you know?
a few times, and I had some family visit, but not much. No, I mean, learned most about Irish culture since I moved over here as an adult.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it's like, oh yeah, Ireland. Like, on St. Patrick's Day, that always used to drive me crazy because everyone was just kind of like, I'm actually Irish, and it's like, listen, my mom is fucking still has the accent from Cork, all right? Like, not that like I was trying to be like, yo, I'm the biggest Irish here. I was just like, no, it's like she's right there.
Yeah, I'm Irish and proud.
Up the That's a throwback. You have to see the show for the full concept.
Don't reveal that.
Oh yeah, that was I say that for the first time today because I'm a comedic
you just came up with
Jesus.
that. So funny.
I'm a comedic Jesus.
I didn't know anything about Ireland in school at all. I remember the first time I heard about Ireland, I thought it was part of the UK. It was in college. It wasn't school.
Well, that's a big no-no. I knew that from an early age.
I was in college. I was living next in a dorm with a girl from Cork. Shout out Neve, and I called Ireland part of the UK, and she got furious. She was like, "No,
I knew that from a young age.
No, it's not." And then I learned my lesson.
I remember
she also played the accordion in her room all day, so she was very Irish. Like,
yeah. Checks out.
I got lectured well.
Yeah, no, I think even
nothing like a trad musician to teach you. About
I can't pinpoint when. Like, I must have got this instilled, but I knew that from a young age. Where like, I don't think my mom was ever like very like firmly being like, no, absolutely, we're the Republic, we're the like, but like it was very clear. I was like, no, I'm Irish. Like, I was like Cillian Murphy during that one interview where he's just like, oh, you two UK actors. He's like, no, I'm not. I'm Irish. Like, I had that down from a young age as well for whatever reason.
That's cool though, because you get to be in America where everybody wants to be Irish, and you get to like actually kind of back it up. You know?
Yeah. You want to meet my mom?
I met your mom. Your mom is the most Irish fucking woman of all time.
Oh, she's a character. She's an absolute character.
I came when we spent we talk about Christmas more when we have Neon, but the Christmas we spent together where she got all of us socks. I was like, this is unbelievable. It's just warm, fuzzy Christmas socks.
Oh my god, that's it. Oh my god, she's the most Irish. She's the most Irish mammy of all time.
made us all fucking say prayer.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, and Neil's
sitting here with our buddy Nehemiah, who's a Buddhist.
Yeah. And you're atheist, and it's just like
he's watching what we're doing, trying to copy it. It's so funny.
Is it left to right first or up down? Is
That'd
it fine?
be a teaser for the next. We're getting Neon on an episode soon. We talk about Christmases, but anything else on school?
School. I have one last thing of note. We kind of touched on it earlier, but there was this like my first crush I ever had. Her name was Stacy, and what happened was like I know it very well.
What was? Did her mom have it going on?
No, it was Stacy actually.
Oh yeah, her mom
was a bitch. She kept us apart. No, no, but the thing is, Stacy though, she fucking like we knew each other in 5th grade, and then 6th grade you changed to a different school, and we were some of the few kids that moved over to the same school, and I always had a crush on her because she had like long hair, and everything like that. I don't know, she. I don't want to describe. Yeah, I was like, let's not describe this like, oh, she's this 12-year-old. No, let's not do that.
That's literally it. When you're like 12, though, you're like, she has long hair.
Yeah,
that's
she was,
nice.
More or less, yeah. It was very innocent.
And now I think this is what being in love is like.
You don't even understand the half of it because what happened is
no idea.
In 6th grade, like she started branching out, and meeting a lot of more friends, and I was just being shy. I had a few friends, but like we were doing like she's going to the popular girl route, and I was just going to like normal kid route. I actually wrote her a love letter, had my sister give it to her, and then when Stacy was like going around like the wing of our school trying to find me, I hid. I was like, fuck, I can't deal with this. I can't deal with the reality of the situation. I was like fucking running away. And then thankfully she didn't say shit to me for a whole year. And then by then we can kind of act like it didn't happen. But we both knew. I was like, oh, that's the corniest shit ever.
Oh, I can't believe you hid. You might have gotten lucky, man. You might have gotten a little kiss on the cheek or something.
I couldn't handle it. I couldn't handle the situation. I was like, oh, I can't back this up at all. I can't do this at all. I don't have chocolate. I don't have fucking anything.
You don't know. That seems like if she was looking for you, that seems like a positive result. Because if she was annoyed at the letter, she would have dodged you like hell,
Maybe, yeah. But it was just so fucking. I couldn't deal with it. This is me being a nervous kid, and then then what happened is like she turns out she was super Christian, and she like married a guy at like 19. Married, and they had a kid and everything like that.
Why did you do
At like
this?
20, I put quotation fucking Christian.
Why did you say married? Are they not married anymore?
No, they're still married, but
Yeah,
like,
so then they got married. Why do you put quotation marks around it?
because I'm not gonna
Married.
I'm not gonna lie, because like there's a part of me that just thinks like I could have given you everything. like there's like still that 12-year-old kid who's just kind of like,
know who you were thinking about at the altar.
I would have rocked your world if I
Stacey.
could. Once I got eye contact down, I would have been your one. But she's on her way. She has a kid now and everything like that. And like I wish her all the best, but just she has no idea what she missed out on. Like just nervous stutter and
I think you should write another love letter right now.
Nah, I got Grace. I don't know how this is gonna run by with Grace and stuff like that. Grace is gonna sound wild, but I need to go be a stepfather. I gotta do that. No, I got the girl.
Grace, this is going to sound really crazy, but I've just never gotten over this girl. She had long hair.
That's it.
That's really it.
That's it. She had long hair. You with your short hair is just not good.
Her mom had it going on. I have to.
It's either her or her mom. Either way, I gotta give this a shot. So that was like my corny, like sort of like innocent, sort of like you know love story. But that was like pre-puberty as well. So like there's that extra added innocence. So it wasn't like sexual or creepy or anything like that. It's just like I actually love you.
Of course not. When you're young, that's you just you think everybody you're like have a nice conversation with is gonna be your wife, you know.
For the most part,
because your brain is like not developed.
Yeah. There's still this 12-year-old. I'm gonna be with. It's like that's so weird.
I'm pretty glad that I never was in a relationship before like school ended and I went to like adult world. You know, like I could have been, I think, but I'm glad I didn't because then I didn't have to deal with any of that bullshit.
Yeah.
I remember seeing like people who were in relationships in like high school. It was just the most horrendous. Like there was this one guy, right? He's a very funny dude. I liked him. Like, he was a good friend of mine. But he was going out with like the hottest girl in the year for a while. And he was treating her like trash. Like publicly. And I was like, what is going on? Like I remember this one time I was sitting in the cafeteria and she was like, he never holds my hand. And then all the other, some other girls like, hey, you should hold her hand sometime. And he was like, well, if she wants to hold my hand, she can fucking take it. I'm not moving.
Jesus Christ.
I'm sitting there like, what the fuck? You're 14, boy. When you've been married for 20 years.
And it's so weird when you think back to that with like hindsight. You're like, damn, like we're seeing the development of a psycho, like a modern day financial bro psycho. Like that's how it starts.
I
Like
actually
that's
think he's mellowed out to become very normal, but I just remember that memory very vividly in my head of being like, damn, man suck.
Yeah, man, it was fucking weird. Yeah, no, I had one girlfriend a few years later, like quote unquote girlfriend, because like what happened was like we were kind of liked each other and we had like this sort of thing, and then we had to like coordinate next Tuesday we're gonna hold our hands in the hallway. But then what happened is like she called me one time and then like this is still during landlines, and then there was like breathing. And what happened was my mom and sister were listening in on the call, and it just fell apart from there. I think I lost complete. I was like, I'm not doing this. She's not doing this. It's like, no, that just blew that whole fucking thing out.
Like your mom and sister ruined your life.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the main thesis of this whole thing.
Your
It's
mom
like,
and sister ruined your life.
yeah. I'm sure my sister said so when she gave that letter over.
I can't call you because of my mother.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if my sister sabotaged the letter thing too. Heads up, this is gonna be weird. Just, this fucks off. I wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, so I don't know. That was my two sort of like corny.
I got one more, I guess, like cringy story. And this is only coming back to me now, but it's not really that interesting. I just be sharing them.
Yeah, throw it in.
I had a crush on a girl for a while, another girl, and we had like a school disco. And her friends were like, you should tell her that you like her. And I didn't know I was being set up because, you know, I thought she'd like me back if her friends told me. So I bought her Kit Kat because she always brought Kit Kats to school. Like, hey, I know you like Kit Kats. I like you too. And then she ran away. And all her friends were like, ah. And I was like, you fucking assholes.
Yeah. The flip side of that, though, is like, at least you got a Kit Kat.
She took the Kit Kat. Oh, of course she took the Kit Kat.
Oh, that mega bitch. All right, I take that back. Because like I was about to say, like at least like you could just sit there with like a Kit Kat. It's like, well, you're not a complete loss, but no, if you take that, you're just without a Kit Kat and without a girl. Oh man,
school discos are horrible as well. What a terrible environment.
School disco, man.
I hate school discos.
I kind of feel in hindsight, I kind of empathize with like the staff at my school disco because I don't know about your school, but like we were like 12 years old at our first dance. Everybody was grinding. Like the girls kind of got with the program way too quick, and you just sort of found a girl. They just shake their butt on you, and it's like in hindsight, I'm like, that's probably too early for.
Yeah, that was
for
nothing.
like I was like that's what I mean. I think they literally like trial tested twerking in my school.
It was never like that for us. For us, it was guys on one side of the room and girls on the other side of the room, and then just a whole lot of Catholic guild in the middle there.
Oh no, I think that's why we didn't have any Catholic guild, so we just kind of like fucking grind, just like precursor to fucking on the dance floor.
I think in America that's more of a thing though, because you have the South American culture where that's very normal. In South American culture, like grinding on each other on the dance floor is completely like
that was a big part
accepted.
of it. That was a very big part of it.
Over, but
that's just how they dance.
When Western Europe, we see that and we're like, oh, good heavens! I can't believe she's moving her bottom like this.
If you want to do that, you have to give them a ring first. So it's like, will you twerk on me? Oh my god, I will. Yes, I will.
And then you guys have all that confidence from like South America coming over. We don't have that.
Oh, let me tell you, when a South American girl like takes a liking to you, you do feel on top of the world. You're like, yeah, that's right, I'm a fucking G. So, I don't know. It's there's a few things like that, but yeah, I don't know. Any other bits on school or anything like that?
No, I think we discussed it all. Do you have anything else you want to say?
Good riddance.
Good riddance.
Yeah, man.
Fuck school.
Fuck that, man.
Fucking.
Fuck that,
I was
man.
about to say something really bad. I'm glad I didn't.
Jesus.
I'm
glad
I didn't.
Go on.
Fucking shoot that shit.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I wouldn't say that. I can't believe you said that. What? Oh, Dan.
No, do not do that. Oh, no. That's disgusting. Don't be doing that now.
We'll fix that in post, and by that I mean we'll add in a few gunshots.
Shoot up the arcade so the kids stay in school.
You know where that doesn't happen? Homeschool.
You know where that doesn't happen? Outside of America. Anyways,
well, that was that's on that very cheerful note.
On that very cheerful note, we should give a shout out to our producer helping us record.
That's it, man. Yeah, we got this amazing guy Emmett, who's back there. He's just been absolutely crushing it. Just send up all the tech stuff. Yeah, there it is. So give him a wave, Emmett.
Oh my God!
Look at us! Listen to us. We're actually fucking legit now. Who would have thought? As he fucks up the camera royally. Look at that. We got a real production. As he says, like fucking the Blair Witch Project.
That's okay. We're nearly done anyways. You know, it had the charm.
That's like the Joker video. Someone's gonna die starting tonight.
Shout out Emmo Music for doing the audio.
Sincerely,
check
man,
him out.
you're
Good
absolute
music.
legend. Yeah, good music.
And I'm doing shows in October in Dublin and Belfast and Cork, and James is doing shows
all over the place. Check the Instagram. Also, keep an eye out for this new production coming out called Whiteboard. It's a cool video that Dan and I are both in with a few other comics. Super cool, checking it out, but I'm just gonna let you go into it.
You ever watch speaking of school, you ever watch like 2007 like MTV Jackass stuff?
Yeah,
that's what this is like. Welcome to fucking Jackass. Today I'm gonna suck James's nuts.
Tonight, this one's called Peanut Allergy.
Alright, I think that's all we have for today.
Yeah, thanks very much.
Bye.
Cheers, guys. Have a good one.
Have a good one.